On June 12, 2025, what should have been a routine flight turned into one of the darkest days in India's aviation history. Flight AI171, a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, packed with families, students, travelers, took off from Ahmedabad's Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport, heading for London Gatwick. But just 17 seconds after takeoff, everything changed. The plane never left city limits. Instead, it plunged tail first into a hostel near BJ Medical College, the landing gear still down, the flaps not properly deployed. In an instant, 241 people on board were gone, and heartbreakingly, 33 more innocent lives, medical students and staff inside the hostel, were taken on the ground. Among them, bright young minds like Aryan Kira, who had dreams of saving others, lost before he could finish his own journey. But amid the chaos, a single miracle. Vishwas Kumar Ramesh, a British-Indian passenger seated at the very back, was thrown clear as the aircraft split apart. He survived, battered, burned, but alive. The lone voice from a flight of 242. Investigators moved quickly, recovering the flight data recorder, the so-called black box. The cockpit voice recorder, though, was nowhere to be found. But from the data, a grim picture emerged. The Dreamliner wasn't properly configured for takeoff. The landing gear had never been retracted. The flaps, crucial for generating lift, weren't set right. And the engines, their thrust was all over the place. Essentially, the plane never stood a chance, weighed down by fuel, fighting drag, and barely airborne. In the aftermath, India's Aviation Authority took action. All Boeing 787s with GNX engines faced urgent inspections. Air India grounded several of its planes as a precaution. Boeing sent in teams. GE Aerospace got involved. Even the US National Transportation Safety Board lent a hand. The world was watching, because this was the first fatal crash involving a Boeing 787 Dreamliner. But behind all the technical jargon, there's the human cost. These weren't just numbers, they were mothers, children, doctors, friends, lives with stories cut short in a matter of seconds. Memorials popped up across India and the UK, candles, photos, handwritten notes. Families wept for the ones who never came home. And for Vishwas, survival came with the burden of witnessing unimaginable loss. So, what went wrong? Was it human error, a mechanical failure, or a tragic combination of both? The answers are still coming, but one thing's certain, this crash has forced a reckoning. Stronger training, tougher checks, more accountability. That's the call echoing from the tragedy of Flight AI171. Until investigators piece together the final moments, all we have is heartbreak and a determination to make sure this never happens again. If you found this story eye-opening, subscribe to Aviation Facts Hub for more untold stories and in-depth crash analysis. And to the memory of those lost on Flight AI171, we remember you.